All right, guys, let's talk about burning carbs versus burning fat, okay? Now, a lot of times we hear this term, and let me explain burning carbs versus burning fat. I got a great question from you guys, so keep putting your questions down here, guys. When I finish these morning cardio sessions, my brain is always going, and it's only 4:30 in the morning, but I'm headed to the airport for a work trip this weekend. I'm headed to Dallas for the NPC Nationals, where I'm coaching some bodybuilders, and I want to talk about the idea of burning fat versus burning carbohydrates. Now, if you just look at basic exercise science, the lower the intensity of an exercise, such as just walking, versus the higher the intensity of an exercise, such as a sprint as fast as you can go, the lower the intensity, the more fat is going to be used for fuel. This is just based on our body's function, okay? It uses fat at lower intensities. In fact, the most fat burning we do is when we're sleeping because it's such low intensity. However, you don't burn that many calories while you're sleeping. Same thing goes for cardio. You don't burn that many calories with low intensity cardio compared to sprinting. However, you're burning a higher percentage of those calories from fat. Now, why is this important? At the end of the day, what determines fat loss is calorie deficit. So the reason I focus so much of my time and energy on low intensity steady state cardio when I burn less calories doing it is because it doesn't cause me any pain. What do I mean by that? Less hunger, okay? Hunger is going to create a lot of problems when it comes to fat loss because we start to graze and we start to focus on things that ultimately are going to increase our calorie intake. So what if we could do a form of cardio that not only doesn't really make us tired or sore, we can do it for longer, but it actually can decrease our hunger. That's true. What I notice is when I'm feeling hungry in a fat loss phase like I'm at right now, and if you didn't watch my video that came out yesterday, I explained like where my calories are, my cardio, a lot of the details around that. I'm doing a video every Wednesday doing that, a weekly update. If you're actually in a caloric deficit and you're focusing on fat loss and you're seeing some positive changes, you can manipulate your cardio to burn more calories and find that sweet spot where you're actually burning more percentage of calories from fat. And when you're doing that, I find that hunger is less of an issue. Okay, guys, I don't really want to be making this process harder on myself. I can also, while I'm sitting here on my treadmill, I can put on a TV show, I can take phone calls, I can be productive. You can't really be productive running sprints. You're also less likely to get hurt, and it's just an easier barrier to entry. So give it a shot. Low incline, steady state walking. Let's go.